Today we're exploring the enchanting world of underrated anime recommendations. If you're tired of seeing the same top 10 shows with endless fights, stick around because I'm gonna blow your mind with some hidden gems. I present 6 animes that deserve way more love than they are currently getting. So grab your snacks because you might be shocked by some of these recommendations. It's like finding a childhood friend secretly puts ketchup on everything. At number 6, we have Ishura. Imagine a world where humanity's greatest heroes have already defeated the ultimate boss, the final boss. Everyone came together, took a last group selfie with a big bad, and then he was gone. Yeah, right, but now the world's biggest threat has been eliminated. All these overpowered heroes are just standing around bored, wondering what to do next. So, what's a bunch of overpowered and super competitive legends do? Start fighting each other? That's 100% what they do. With no villains left to punch, they decide to brawl it out to see who's the strongest of them all. It's like Goku finished saving the universe and immediately started a massive wrestling match for bragging rights. Each hero brings their own unique sets of skill, magical power, and a flair for drama. From warriors showcasing their strengths to mages who could change reality if they aren't busy fighting, everyone's got something to prove. With its stunning visuals and action, Ishura is a must watch. At number 5, we have Super Crooks.
上等だ。最後のお前は電気屋か？許せい。
What happens when a bunch of wannabe supervillains get tired of getting their butts kicked by superheroes and decide to say, forget this, let's go international? This anime follows Johnny Bolt, a guy with an electric power and even more electric bad luck. After yet another failed heist and way too many super prison records, Johnny realizes he needs a fresh start. And what's fresher than Europe? Johnny rounds up his gang of quirky, not so great criminals for one last heist. They are like the Team Rocket of supervillains, more likely to trip on their own capes than pull off a crime. They've got a mind reader who mostly reads dirty thoughts, a guy who can multiply but loses track of himself, and a guy named Ghost who's mostly good at being invisible when things go wrong. And what's their biggest plan? Rob the world's untouchable, ruthless crime lord, who also happens to have a temperament of a grizzly bear with a toothache. Genius, right? What could possibly go wrong? It's a wild ride full of ridiculous schemes, epic facepalm, and a kind of teamwork that could make you wonder if these crews are really in it for the loot or just for the laughs. At number 4, we have Sirius The Jaeger. Yuli, a werewolf with a tragic backstory and even more tragic hair that somehow always looks perfect, is on a mission to hunt down vampires. You know, because someone has to do it, and it might well as be a guy with a permanent scowl and a killer wardrobe. Yuli teams up with the Jaegers, a group of mismatched vampire hunters who travel around Japan disguised as an orchestra. Because who would suspect a vampire hunter to be the ones carrying violence and cellos, right? They also got a snazzy train that doubles as their vampire hunting headquarters, complete with all monster slaying gadgets and occasionally musical number. Their main goal is to find the mystical artifact called the Ark of Sirius before the vampires do. Think of it as the ultimate capture of the flag, except instead of the flag, it's a dangerous relic that everybody wants for their own reason. Sirius of the Jaeger is filled with high-speed chases, dramatic slow-motion action sequence, and a plenty of amazing moments under the moonlight. At number 3, we have Insomniacs After School. Two high schoolers who bond over their mutual hatred of sleep, or rather their inability to actually get any, meet Kanta Nakami, a guy who's allergic to a good night's sleep as he is to social interaction. And then there is Izaki Marari, a girl who's basically awake in the night, like an owl, but without the ability to turn her head all the way around. Both of them are wide awake when everyone else is dreaming away in class. So they stumble upon the school's abandoned observatory, which quickly becomes their secret hideout. They hang out, share stories, and try not to doze off mid-sentence. This hideout becomes a safe haven where they avoid boring lectures and sleep through nothing, exploring their hobbies like stargazing and thinking about the mysteries about the universe. Mostly though, just figuring out how not to nod off while standing. This anime is like a quirky comedy mix with a midnight snack of existential crisis. It's all about finding your people, even if your people are just tired, sleep deprived, and as weird as you are. At number 2, we have Darker Than Black.
That he's cursed, shadowed by riddles and death. But what's the real story?
Darker Than Black is set in a world where two mysterious gates have appeared, one in Tokyo and one in South America. Things have gone from zero to what the heck is going on real quick. These gates have caused people known as a contractor to develop crazy superpower. But here's the kicker. They have to do something super weird to keep their powers going. Enter Hei, also known as a Black Reaper. He has the power to manipulate electricity and the appetite of a teenage boy, which is probably why he wears a black trench coat to hide all the snacks he's holding. He is part of an elite group of contractors who are either saving the world or doing super shady stuff. Honestly, it's hard to tell sometimes. These contractors all have to pay a price every time they use their power. Meanwhile, Hay is doing his best to keep a low profile as a mass vigilante, which isn't easy when your best friend is a talking cat and your job title is a professional lightning ninja. He navigates through the world of deception, shadowy organization, and people who are just confused about their life choice as he is. With crazy animation and amazing plot, Darker Than Black is a must watch. At number 1, we have Dororo. Dororo is based on a classic manga by the legendary Osamu Tezuka. Its original version came in the 60s, but this anime adaptation dropped in the 2019, and wow does it deliver. It's got a vintage feel mix with a modern animation that slaps you in the face in the best way possible. Now let me give you the lowdown on the plot. It's dark, it's epic, it's heart-wrenching. We are following this young samurai named Hayakamaru. He was born with no limbs, no face and no sense because of his dad. In a moment of pure desperation, he made a deal with the demons. Crazy, right? But here's the catch. While Hayakamaru is out there trying to reclaim his body parts, he's also hunting down the demons who took them. Along the way, he meets Dororo, a scrappy little kid who brings some much needed humor and heart to the show. It's a wild journey of friendship, revenge, and let's just say a lot of swords fight. Things I love about Dororo is how he dives into the deep themes. We are talking about identity, what it means to be human, and the struggle between good and evil. You watch Hayakamaru not only reclaim his physical form, but also discover what it truly means to have a soul. With a crazy story and amazing action, Dororo is a must watch. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button and see you in the next video.